This week is such a transformational week. Welcome back to the weeklies. How are we doing? I feel like it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. They just kept like aligning with the newer full moons, and then I was like, or just other videos I was doing for around that time. So we are finally back with another weekly, but this week is such an interesting week. It feels like kind of like a plot twist week, like a crescendo, like it's all been coming to this point, but then like plot twist because everything's kind of shifting and we're about to change our perspective of what's even happening. Okay, it's like we're at that point of the movie where it almost feels like things are coming full circle and like we're really starting to realize what is happening here. We think we have a pretty good idea, but then a plot twist comes in and then we're like, oh, wait, I did not see that coming. Like, I thought we were almost done, but like, actually, we're only halfway through. Like, that is this kind of week. Okay, babe? So sit back, relax, get yourself comfy, grab you a little drink. And right before we get into it, I want to talk to you guys because if you have not seen yet, I have released my huge thing. Like, this is such a huge thing for me, you guys. It feels like the epitome of my life's work. I have officially launched my membership, Soulology. It's a low-cost, affordable membership, and you can cancel anytime. Okay, so you can literally sign up for a month, see what it's about, cancel if you don't like it. You're gonna get a ton of free stuff for signing up, though. I mean, it's not free, you're paying, but like you're gonna get a ton of stuff for that affordable price, okay? Because this is like going to be almost like a library multiverse of like all of my greatest stuff. If you are a self-development connoisseur, okay, if you love self-development, if you love soul development, you love astrology, and you love all the spiritual things, this is this is the party you were born to attend, babe. Like, this is your freaking home, okay? This is where the main characters go to party. I want you to think of it like this. Like, every month there's going to be a new theme related to what's going on astrologically. So November, give you a little hint, there's going to be a lot of dark feminine codes, a lot of scorpionic codes. We're literally going to have a really powerful, potent, transformational program for the top tier that is really based around this like Scorpio energy and using it to the fullest, right? But even the lower tier will get challenges, codes, like voice lessons, a class. Like, you still will get a lot no matter where you're at. But if you're looking for like embodied, living, breathing, intimate transformation that is potent, where you wake up every single day and you're like, I cannot believe this is my freaking life. If you feel like you relate to me and you are just as obsessed with like expansion and becoming new versions of you and meeting new parts of yourself, like, this is the membership for you. Okay, if you relate to my videos, if you feel like these videos help you and are way more than astrology to you, and like you really take them and use them as like a journey or transformational process through the seasons, like, that's what we're doing in my membership. But I'm like actually giving you, like, we're transforming together. We are living through it, embodying it, like actually doing the soul work to transform. Okay, that is what I'm going to be giving you in my membership. It is so fire. It is so good. I have all the details up on the website now, and so if you'd like to check that out, you can see the link down in the description below. But this is where like we shapeshift. Like, every single month we become new versions of us and we build a life that feels like an effing masterpiece. If self-development has started to feel boring to you, or if you're just burnt out on it, or if you're like super into it still, but you're like, I'm sick of doing this myself and I want a place where I can continue to learn and grow and have a community of people that feels like a party, feels like I'm coming home, feels like I'm like celebrating my becoming left and right, like, that is this membership. That is Soulology. And I promise you, as much as like I think if you're gonna get anything, at least get the lowest tier, but I still think that you should get the highest tier because you will get the most out of it. You will get like real deal, like hot seat coaching with me. You will get like bomb ass programs that are worth like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, plus a vault of other stuff, replays on past months. So if we're ever like going through a theme in that month, like Scorpio season, dark feminine vibes, power, magnetism, money, sexuality, forever, like if those things aren't your cup of tea right now, like, you will have other ways to like plug in and play and like go on different journeys. There will be other adventures you can go on your own if you'd like. You don't have to follow like the live themes that we're doing each month or the live challenges or programs we're doing each month, because you're going to have access to like a library, a vault of so many other adventures. So like the way I see it, I don't know, like I'm like a millennial. So if you're a millennial and you remember those like Goosebump books when we were kids, the ones where you could like pick the next thing, right? Like you'd like read like Sally just ran into Harry at the grocery store. And then at the very bottom, it would be like, Sally says hi. If Sally says hi to Harry, turn to page 62. If Sally ignores Harry and keeps walking, turn to page 45 or something, right? And like, depending on what you picked, it would change the whole freaking narrative. It would change the whole story. That's how I'm seeing this membership right now, except like on like a much bigger scale and related to like self-development, soul growth, like astrology. Like, I'm combining everything I know, all my skills into one thing. And this is not just like a surface level spiritual journey. This is not surface level self-development, surface level astrology, anything. Like, this is a living, breathing journey through the zodiac signs. Like, that is the best way I can put it. If you are really into astrology and you're looking to like not only learn but like embody the zodiac signs through the different archetypes and journeys that we're going on, like, it will unlock these archetypes within you and your soul. You will understand them in a whole different way, because that's how I literally use astrology. And so anyways, if this is your cup of tea, if you're like, hell yes, like I am in, I'm ready to like break through this glass ceiling on this level that I've been at, I am ready to get my spark back, I'm ready to be activated, I'm ready to learn more about myself, meet new parts of myself every single month, awaken more of who I am and bring more of who I am online, like freaking fire up my creativity again, to where I like wake up with exploding creativity and inspiration and like a ton of people who freaking get it, because we are all sexy aliens, like cheering each other on. Like, this is for you, babe. I'd love to have you in there. Yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. You can email me, but literally it's $33 a month, Bill. Like, to start, if you want the basic tier, it is literally $33, and you can cancel at any time on both tiers. So you're not locked in. Like, if you want to leave, if it's not for you, if you're like, I'm going to leave and like come back later, and whatever, worst thing that can happen is the price could change. So when you come back, you may be paying a different price, but you can also upgrade and downgrade. So if you're like going through a financial season, you're like, actually, I was at the top tier, but that doesn't make sense for me anymore. I'm going to go to like the bottom tier so I can at least stay in this community and get some stuff. Like, it's totally like, yeah, it's kind of fitted for you to like choose what you desire. Okay. So if that's interesting, go check out the link down in the description. And again, if you have any questions, just email me, contact me, and I will gladly answer them for you. We have so many beautiful women in there, women that have been with me since the very beginning of my journey. I am just so freaking excited for this. It feels so big. And if you're ready to like embrace some queen energy in Scorpio season, boo, you might want to join. You can always get this Scorpio program I'm doing separately though, but it would be more than what you're going to be paying in the membership. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into what is coming in this week ahead. I am so freaking excited to talk about it. So there you go. Alrighty, my screen should be up for you so you guys can see it. So the first thing that I really want to talk about with this week, and one of the reasons why it's really big, is because we are coming up on this like crescendo of this masterpiece that has been building, of some of the big dog planets coming into a grand water trine. Okay, and this is huge, because I don't know about you, but we are like literally shifting energetically, emotionally. Like, we are shifting paradigms here emotionally. Like, there are so many freaking things in my life that are coming full circle and have been for like months. It's been like a never ending like finale that just keeps going in terms of emotion and love and my heart chakra, and like breaking open to like deeper levels of like intimacy and vulnerability and like emotion and energy. Like, and so I think that I really, really see this grand water trine of like, what in your life is changing right now with your beliefs, the way you look at the world, with your emotions, with your heart, with intimacy, with empathy, with, emotional and energetic connection within, whether it's with yourself or others. Again, this is a grand water trine, so it's taking place in the water sign. So wherever the water signs are in your chart, you could really see a lot coming up with that. But even more so, it could be other areas too, just depending on like everything else in your chart. But either way, it's like the deep emotional codes, the deep emotional lessons and paradigms and belief systems that we've been operating under. Like, the way that I see this is like, we have had a like bubble around us, or like a glass ceiling around us that isn't necessarily real, but we've been operating as if it is real. Okay, so we've been operating under this, in this like bubble, and like, it's almost like, do you remember the Bubble Boy movie? Like, holy shit. I just remembered that. But it's almost like that, like where we're walking around, we've had this bubble on, and we're like, and maybe that bubble is like not allowing people to get too close. Maybe that bubble is like believing that like love equals unsafe. Like, it is unsafe to love it is unsafe to be around other people or get too close to other people. Maybe that bubble is like fear of abandonment. Maybe that bubble is like, oh my gosh, if they get too close, like they're not going to really love me for who I am. It's like that bubble is being so mother effing bursted, and this can feel so big. This can feel like a paradigm of your life is literally coming to an end right now. Like, and what I mean by that and why is because this is happening with Neptune and Saturn. Okay, Saturn takes 27 to 30 years to go around the zodiac. Neptune takes even longer than that. Neptune's been in Pisces for so freaking long now. So this could feel like a whole decades worth of stuff, but even longer is like coming up, coming full circle, coming to an end. This is a 9-year. This is like a year where so many threads are kind of either burning off, being cut off, ending. This is a year of endings and purification as we get ready for a totally new era of our lives. So this can feel like we are being cracked open and awakened emotionally on deeper levels. Like we are going through an emotional surrendering process that feels maybe very vulnerable at times, or an awakening that can feel very vulnerable at times. Like we are waking up to where we have had maybe codependency issues, or where we've had, issues of being hyper independent on the other end, and therefore not letting down our guard, and so it's like, we are softening through this transit in some way, shape, or form, and realizing the emotional codes, the emotional barriers, the emotional defenses, the lessons of something that we have been living under, or a spell that we have been living under, an illusion, a bubble, a context that we have been living under, a false narrative, a false belief system that we've been living under for so freaking long now. And so it's almost like we are building new emotional foundations and expanding on them, ones that feel more pure, ones that feel more true, ones that feel more intimate. And the healing that can be done right now on such a deep level is so powerful and potent and prominent. Like we can do some massive freaking healing work right now if that's the road that you're going down. Like this feels shamanic, this feels like transcendental, this feels like transcending something that has really truly been building over like the last couple months, several months, but even longer than that. And so where has that been going on in your life? Like and for some of you, it could be showing up as like emotional entanglements that are it's like you're finally getting very clear. You're finally sorting out what you feel about certain things. Maybe you're facing old shame. Maybe you're facing old wounds, facing old traumas. Maybe you're facing old childhood stuff, and you're finally moving beyond that. It's like, you're finally realizing that I don't have to like sit here and suffer because of my past. Like I can use what I've went through in my past to be the reason why I transcend, to be the reason why I heal, to be the reason why I'm a mother effing badass and a sexy alien on this planet and can do whatever the hell I want. And that's what makes me different. It's like almost like this orchestra of our life is happening right now. And it's like, we're able right now, if we truly are locked into this energy, if we're truly tapped into this, we're truly able to see like, oh, that breakup I went through is playing the trumpet. Oh, that thing, that like really horrible thing that I thought was gonna like literally end my life forever, like that is playing the harp. Like, oh, like the version, all the versions of me in these past like experiences are all playing a musical instrument, and it's all creating the perfect, most beautiful harmony. And we're realizing like, I don't need to run from this anymore. I don't need to avoid this anymore. I don't need to grow. I don't need to like cling to this anymore. I don't need to be a victim of this anymore. I don't need to blame this anymore. It's like just letting go. It's like where we've been gripping. It's just like opening our hands. And it's that simple. And we realize like, oh, I've been gripping so hard, or this thing has been controlling my life and controlling how I see things for so long. And I'm like, I don't need to do that anymore. Or all these family dynamics, this family drama that I've been going through for so long. Like, I don't need to keep carrying that on my shoulders anymore. Like it can play up in so many different areas of life, but that's like, if I could describe the energetics of this, which is what I always do with all these transits. I really try to get to like the how it feels, like the energy, the energetic codes. Like that is how I would describe this. And it is such a beautiful, liberating, like setting free kind of experience where you're not, how do I want to put this? You're not moving on because you have to, or because it's like over and like, why wouldn't you? Like you're actually just evolving, like you're a snake shedding its skin, and you're just like, I don't need this skin anymore, but I don't hate that I had to use that skin either. Like, I'm in full acceptance, and I can see the higher meaning and the higher lesson behind all of it. And it all is building and adding to this beautiful symphony that is me and my life. Like, that is everything. And this is basically like the context for my new membership, by the way, and like what I want to help other people experience and really truly understand and like see with themselves in their own lives. But like, this is the beauty of it. Like, so we start off this week with Mars trining Jupiter, but we're feeling this huge, like, grand water trine this whole week anyway. So, like, and it's like we've been feeling this. This has been building. So, like, you could have been already feeling this for like a month or 2 months now. You could be feeling this, like, you know, all kind of tying up this week or in the, like, next week even. But either way, there's something like really just harmonizing here. Like, it's like an emotional, energetic untanglement is happening, and it's like all just, yeah, it's just so beautiful. Like it feels like this feels like I can feel like my soul just like, this is amazing. So anyways, moving on. The other thing happening this week is that, and what's also really beautiful is that Mercury is kind of involved in this too. And Mercury starts beginning to, you know, trine Saturn at Neptune, like it trines Neptune exact tomorrow on Tuesday. And so it's like we are understanding things that may, like, we're understanding the big vision. We're seeing the big vision where it's like we're able to perceive the big vision and pull it down and make more, like, make a deeper kind of sense of it with Mercury and Scorpio. It's like we're seeing the transformation and the change that needs to happen to reach our big vision. Like, I have these two codes and on my work, big deal energy and big vision energy. That shit makes quantum leaps happen, baby, okay? It's like a zone that you get in. That feels like, you know, holy crap. And so Mercury at this very last, like these very last degrees of Scorpio, so close to Mars, trining Neptune, trining Saturn, kind of in a loose trine with the node that it's passed already. This is like really futuristic stuff. This is like really like, what are your dreams? And maybe what you've been through doesn't have to mean that you don't deserve your dreams anymore. Maybe what you've been through is actually the whole reason you have the dream in the first place. So you can't get rid of what you've been through, and you can't get rid of all the swampy emotions that feel negative or that don't feel good because they led to you like having this vision, having this dream. And on the other side of that, for others, it could just be like, again, this like emotional releasing, this emotional freedom that comes from something that has been a fear or something that has been tangled up within you. And it's like, oh, like I'm finally able to release this or see the bigger perspective on this, like, and at least feel it, you know? And so that really feels like Mercury trining Neptune. It's like we are getting like a powerhouse of like visions this week, a powerhouse of like, holy crap, actually, like maybe I can do anything. Maybe I am a powerful mama jamma and I am here to rock shit. Okay. Like that feels like this energy. It's like we're feeling empowered. We are feeling like we have this spiritual mission, and it's so much deeper and it's so much like more intimate than maybe we were feeling previously. Alrighty, so moving on from that, we have a lot of Mercury transits then happening on Wednesdays. Mercury moves out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius, where unfortunately it is in its detriment because Mercury rules Gemini, Sag is opposite sign, and we all kind of know that any planet in the opposite sign from where it rules is in detriment. So, and this is because Sagittarius is a broad thinker, broad kind of contemplator. Sagittarius is the free spirit. You know, it likes to think about things in a very philosophical way. It likes to contemplate things. Whereas Mercury likes details, logic, facts, you know, things that are like 1 + 1 = 2. Sagittarius is like, I just feel this in my spirit, and that's the truth. You know, I feel this. It's like, you know, there are some things in life like that you can't necessarily prove, but you feel in your spirit. And that's why Sagittarius rules like faith and belief in something, because it's like, no, I've experienced this. Like fire, the energy of fire, the element of fire in astrology is spirit. So it's like, I feel this in my spirit, my soul. Like I've experienced this. I have experienced enough time now that when I'm in a certain energy, I can make miraculous things happen. I am a badass manifester. I can quantum leap. Or I have experienced that my belief in God or the universe, etc., is true, is real. Like I have this connection because of what I've experienced. Like, and so Mercury in Sag is trying to grasp at, you know, some form of reality, some form of what is real, but it's in such a contemplative philosophical place. So it's a bit hard. It feels a bit broad. It's like, that's too broad. It feels too broad. It's like when you have a big vision of something, but you're trying to like explain it, or you are tripping on LSD and you have this like amazing, you know, these amazing visuals or this amazing vision that only you can see, and you're trying to explain it to somebody and it feels impossible. It feels too big. It feels too broad. That's Mercury and Sagittarius. Okay. So Mercury does enter Sag, and then right after it enters Sag, it immediately opposes Uranus. And again, this is really, really interesting. I'm really excited to see how this plays out. The feeling and the energy that I'm kind of getting about it is like really big breakthroughs that do change our perspective on like our broader sense of belief and philosophy on life. Again, what is the bubble, the context that you have been operating under, and is it actually true? This again kind of shows me that like, hey, there's a perspective that we've been operating under that is about to get shaken up, and then Mercury is going to go retrograde next week, and then we're going to be like literally recontemplating all of this. And so it's like, this is the shakeup. Like by Wednesday, it's like something, like we're questioning something. We're like, oh, I'm not so sure about that anymore. You know, like it's like something is crashing down in terms of our outlook, in terms of how we are seeing something, in terms of what we thought was true. And it's like, oh, wait, is this even really actually the truth? Or it's like, I've been operating under this context. I've been operating under this like belief that like, you know, I'm not good enough, and therefore I've built this whole life around like not being good enough, and then have realized that like actually I am good enough, and like none of that shit that I just built my life on is really what I even want. I just did it for everybody else because I thought I wasn't good enough, so I thought I had to do this to feel like other people thought I was good enough. And it's like one of those moments where you just like snap out of it, like you wake up out of some kind of like old context, and like Uranus is a liberator. Uranus sets us free. So Uranus is like, we need to like backtrack and question some of these narratives and scenarios that we've been operating under, some of these perspectives that we've believed, you know? And so for some people, it may not even be that you're operating under a false belief. It could literally be that it's time to widen it. It's time to broaden it. Okay. It could even be that maybe your belief in it may be questioned. And this sends you on a journey of getting even deeper into, well, what do I believe? What is my vision? What is my big vision? And am I willing to allow that to liberate me? Am I willing to be different, to stick out? Am I willing to embody that, even if everybody else doesn't see it? Like, are we trying to get people to understand us, or are we just embodying our understanding and our truth because that is the highest frequency we can be in? And so this is Mercury opposite Uranus. This is what I'm feeling for it so far. I'm really excited to see how that ends up playing out though. And I think this is so important because I think this is going to be one of the like first real true glimpses that we get of Uranus and Gemini. And this is going to be like a clue as to what Uranus and Gemini is really showing us and bringing us. And so that's what this feels like. It's like the first piece of the puzzle. It's like, here you go. This is what Uranus and Gemini is going to be about. And like we're able to perceive it with Mercury opposing it. Also on this day, Mars is in its exact trine with Saturn. Again, we're going to be feeling this grand trine all week pretty much, but this is the day that it goes exact. And so this really is kind of like, I think, motivating us towards really laying down some kind of emotional, energetic, spiritual foundation, or like ungripping something that we have been clinging on to so much. It's like there's like a groundedness within our energy, a groundedness within emotional paradigms that are changing and evolving and that feel more true and real for us right now, or that are wrapping up and are not, you know, a match for us anymore. And so that's how I feel about that. But last but not least, on Sunday, we're going to have Venus here. as she's coming into her opposition with Chiron, which won't happen exact until next week, but we'll definitely be feeling it likely. But Venus is going to square Jupiter, and I mean starting to square Jupiter on Sunday and starting to oppose Chiron. Or no, I think she does go exact on Sunday, because I forgot this chart's for the 31st. So by that 2 days later, she should be in the exact square with Jupiter. So, but she's also going to be opposing Chiron and Aries. And so not exact, but only literally 3 degrees off. So we're definitely going to be feeling that. I think by the end of the weekend, this is really showing us where we are evolving beyond old relationship wounds and old wounds surrounding people pleasing, surrounding compromise, surrounding fairness, surrounding balance, harmony. This is really kind of showing us like, okay, where have I been compromising my values? Where have I been compromising my priorities? Where have I been compromising the things that I love or that are important to me? Or we could feel triggered, like our sense of value, our sense of worthiness, our sense of security within ourselves or within our relationships with others, family, loved ones, significant others, friends, could get triggered in some way. But this is happening to kind of show us how to kind of rise above it, especially with the Jupiter square to it. It's like Jupiter is in its exaltation, Venus is in its home sign. You know, they're both super powerful here. So it's like, I think really a feeling of like, okay, yes, there may be something that is kind of wounded here or kind of sore, kind of vulnerable, kind of tender, or a trigger that comes up. But there's also a really amazing, incredible way of resolving this or rising above it or shedding an old way of being that no longer serves us. It's like, can we lead ourselves through this situation? Can we find our power and being classy and not needing to like completely lose our shit over it and have like this huge like just, you know, reaction and project our issues onto somebody else because we're feeling hurt or because our values are being tested or because what's important to us or our worthiness is being called into question, or it feels like that. You know, our worthiness can really never be called into question. That's all its own like illusion, its own kind of, you know, inner kind of made up scenario and problem and narrative. But like, it's like there's something here that is calling our values and the things that are important to us, our priorities, the things that we love, the things that feel good for us. It's like there may be like a conflict that triggers us, or it triggers a conflict within us, and it's like we'd rather just keep the peace. But by keeping the peace, it's like, are we telling the truth to like really show the truth, or are we just trying to keep the peace by avoiding the problem and compromising and people pleasing? It's like compromising isn't the problem, but we've got to stay true to who we are, and we've got to stay true to our values, and we've got to learn when to collaborate and compromise at the same time. So it's like any Libra transits, it's like both can be done at once. Like you can be yourself and like also have your values and also compromise on some things. Obviously not the important things that really truly make you who you are. But I think that this is kind of that dilemma coming up here by the end of the week. And so that's going to be really interesting. Next week is a really huge week. We have a lot happening. The Taurus full moon, Mars opposite Uranus, Mercury retrograde. Like there's so many really crazy things happening. So, and that's kind of where like the plot twist kind of starts this week and then really, really starts next week. So that's going to be really interesting. Make sure you're watching out for the Taurus full moon video. Comment down below, sexy alien, if you stayed until here. I appreciate you guys so, so much. If you haven't already, check out my new membership, Soulology, down below. We would love to have you in there. It's going to be so, so exciting this month. Again, if you have any questions, just contact me on my website and reach out. I have no problem answering any questions. I might do like a whole separate video kind of on it, just Q&A. So yeah, but I love you guys. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.